Hey guys, welcome back to the Phlatlab.
Hey guys, Mark and Trish Carew with Phatboyz.com here, live in the Phlatlab.
Yep. This is where we do experiments and just try out unique things using inexpensive hobby tools that the group and ourselves help create. And it's just a lot of fun, and we're glad you guys joined us. So what we have this week, we just lost power to start things off. I mean, right before the show, so we're just trying to run around and get everything booted up.
We were actually almost ahead of schedule this week.
I know.
We were just about to turn the camera on. It was about 7 o'clock. We were going to just turn the camera on while we do the last minute things, and then we lost power. So what are you going to do? Anyway, it's a good thing we had all that other stuff done.
Yes.
Usually we're like leading up to the show scrambling. We still had a bit of a scramble at the end, but it's all part of it.
Yep. I just wanted to make a couple quick notes and then get into the show. I wanted to talk about Phlatboyz site. If you haven't seen it, check it out. There's a new banner ad on the platform. Also, Aimrite Technologies, Ross's site. If you get a chance, check it out. They're both selling some cool stuff. Phlatboyz is awesome, man. If you guys haven't seen that. Also, I wanted to say a note that Sev1 Bert. It's Sev1 on the platform. He put a link in the chat to Autodesk has put out a free beta software called 123D, and it's pretty cool if you get a chance to check that out. I haven't got a chance to really get into it. Sorry.
Want to say happy birthday to Mackenzie?
Happy birthday.
That's Crash's daughter. She's 6 today.
Awesome. Man, you're getting old, Crash. What's going on? Just kidding. Also wanted to mention, you guys know we've been working on the 3D printer, which we haven't really settled on a name yet. We were supposed to settle on a name tonight. The Flat Fabber, maybe, or Flat Fab, something like that. Not sure yet. We have to look into ways to make logos for it. But I want to thank Jovian for coming up with the Flat Fab. That was a pretty cool name.
Yeah, it was.
Also want to talk about the 3D printer. Jovian has been working really hard in the background, guys, to get a slicing program to work so that we can slice up our SketchUp models, whether we export to STL and then slice them up, or if we slice them up right in SketchUp, either way. The whole concept is that we need to slice them up so that we can build it in layers, build it back up in layers with the resin. So I just want you guys to know he's been working really hard on that, and he's been sending me all kinds of sample code that I've been trying out, and it's really cool, man, and I just can't thank him enough for doing it, because without him doing this, we would be just stuck, you know. We really appreciate it. He loves the idea of the project, and he's just jumped in with both feet, and it's just really good guy to work with, too, by the way. I also want to mention there's a guy out there, John Watson, saw our show, and if he's watching tonight, I want to thank him. He sent me a PM about a Mach 3 macro that he created for 3D printing. He's building a 3D printer as well. And the macro actually goes from Mach into PowerPoint, or vice versa, I'm not sure. But it controls PowerPoint, and yeah, my pants are dirty. That's what happens when you lean against a greasy machine all day. Sorry about that. I thought my shirt would cover it. What's up with that, David? If I wasn't tan, I'd be blushing. No, but anyway, he wrote this macro, and it basically takes over PowerPoint and times it with Mach, and it's really cool the way he's got it set up. He's got it working really well, so we'll get a link out there for that. Also, I wanted to talk about the crash cast with the autopilot. Sorry, a motorcycle just went by. That is a really cool board, man. If you get a chance to check that out, go check out the autopilot board. It's really cool. Crash talks about it on the crash cast, and he's got a link there on the most recent crash cast. So if you get a chance, check that out. I wanted to update you guys on the 3D printer. Just to let you know, we have the electronics. This is beta electronics. We're not sure if this is what we're actually going to use. Andre's also jumped in, and he's wanting to help. And you know that he designed CNC USB and also the hardware, so he can make it happen. But we got this board. It's an inexpensive board. It's about $50. It's for this little robot called the Egg Bot. You guys might remember it draws on an Easter egg and makes cool patterns or light bulbs or whatever. And they have this board. It controls 2 stepper motors. It's a cool board. It controls 2 stepper motors and 7 RC servos. So a very cool board. And we're trying that out, and so far it's been working really well. Let's see. Flash Solutions want to do a shout out for that cool iPad holder, I should say.
Yes.
Phlatlab, okay. Oh, wanted to congratulate Toxic Toast. Chris is now a moderator of the Flatform. I just wanted to thank him for joining the team. Very cool. He's always been helpful. We've been watching him for a long time, and that's how we pick out our moderators. We watch you guys and see who's helpful and courteous, and then we ask you if you wouldn't mind being a moderator. It gives you a little more power to be able to go through the forum and moderate some of the threads and whatnot, and just help out in general, which you've already been doing. So just wanted to thank him for that. It's very cool.
Yep. Thanks, Chris.
The spider quads.
Ooh.
We have a box of spider quads. They're already packed, basically. They're bubble wrapped and everything.
Well, they were packed. I unpacked them.
You did?
Yeah.
But they're already wrapped, right?
Yeah.
Well, what happened was, you guys know that we cut out the spider quads, but then we ran into an issue where the plastic just isn't strong enough for the beginner to crash them. Now, I've flown it, and I haven't had a problem with breaking it or anything. Now, if you crash it, it's going to break. That's just the way it is. But they're very cool frames, and we just have them sitting here. We cut out a bunch of them. So we thought, if you guys want them, let us know, and we will do something. I mean, we can come up with some kind of a...
We meant to put something together for the show tonight.
Some kind of a deal, you know. I mean, they're not going to be expensive, and if you're not a beginner, you could definitely fly with this frame set. You know, it's pretty cool, actually. So until we find a better way to build that, I think we'll go through and let's see. Yeah, I think we'll go through and basically send them out to you guys for a really inexpensive price. Phlatboyz only on that one. Chuck's picture for the show?
Well,
we don't have that?
No, not handy.
You want to tell us?
Chuck on the Flatform, I have to get the details. We should talk about it next week when we get the pictures.
That's fine. We'll do that.
Okay.
He sent us some really cool pictures of a plane ride.
Of an adventure he went on.
Yep. So that's pretty much it for the show notes.
Next week, if we have, if we get a shipment that we're waiting for, next week will be a contest edition, so don't miss it. Very cool prize on the way. Can't guarantee that it'll be here by next Wednesday, but if it is, definitely going to be a contest edition of the Phlatlab.
Really?
Yeah.
Give me 1 second. I'm checking something out on the over here on the computer.
So tonight is going to be a cool show. A little bit different than what we normally do. Not that we have a normally do, but this one is pretty exciting. Your wives might like it. Because I think it's very cool.
Before we get into that, I wanted to show you guys something. There is a process out there, a 3D printing process, not actually printing, but 3D building process, that is called LOM, and it's Layer Object Manufacturing. And what it is instead of using resins or powders or inks or that way of building things up, you basically build it up using either sticker paper or any kind of substrate, even foam, which is what is bringing me to this. And you build it up into layers. And the way it works is you have alignment pins. So if you picture taking a foam, for instance, and you slice it down in, 1 millimeter layers, let's say, because that's the smallest foam that I know of. And then you're able to basically, it makes it a little bit bigger with a couple alignment holes. You're able to stack those back together and create a really nice three-dimensional object. There's a company out there from Boxford, I think it's Boxford, and they have created a program called Rapid Pro. It's an old school program, and it's for rapid prototyping on a budget, basically. Really inexpensive rapid prototyping technique. And I wanted to show you guys this because I have a feeling we are going to be getting into this soon. I've already talked to Jovian about it, and he said that would be no problem to write something that could do that. So we are we're really excited about that. And I wanted to give you a little overview of the program so you can sort of see how it works in action. And that's what I'll do now. If that's all right with you, babe.
Yeah, it's fine.
Okay, if this works. Let's see.
Don't crash.
Yeah. Okay, so here's the program, and I've loaded an STL file that's called well, I call it the gear tree. You turn one gear, it turns all the gears. And the way it works is pretty simple, actually, because I always thought it was a complex process, but it's really not. There's actually a gap between these outer cylinders and this inner shaft. So as it's built, it's actually built floating around those. And while you're doing a layer technique, you can do that. So let's go through. It's real simple. You select the file, which I've already done. You select your units. I'm just going to leave it, excuse me, in millimeters. And then you select top or bottom. And if you read the directions here, it says selecting a slice directions. Assembly will start at the blue side and end with the purple side. So if I wanted to flip that around, I could, which I just did. Or you could slice it side to side. You can see here. Basically cross sections. But let's just go through with it. Now here's the thing. This is only demo software, and I haven't found the real release for it yet. They only give you a couple different materials to choose from, and they're very thin materials, 0.23 millimeters. So let's see if I can pick a good size on that. Okay, so actually I need to go back, I think, and put that in inches. Because you see what it does here, it basically breaks everything up into different sections. Now, if you picture this as a piece of foam, it would actually take all of these and cut them out separately, and then you would stack them up. And I'm thinking use 3M spray, adhesive spray between each layer, and just stack it on top of the next one. But let me see if it'll let me do this anyway. I'm going to go through and try putting in, if I change the height and the width, or the change of height, the width is constrained to it. And you can see that as I make this bigger, which we're scaling it up, it starts taking up the entire area there. So, and then you can also rotate the slices if you think they'll fit better. I'm just trying to fit one in so we can scroll through it just to show you if it'll let me. So I'm just kind of guessing where we need to be, and let's say that's it. The only thing you can't do here is pan down, which is what I want to do right now. Let me see if I can work it better in inches. Oh, 8. Okay. So there's 10. 15. Okay, so 15, that's about as big as I can make it happen. And then we'll go through and hit next. And if you watch it, it's I'm sorry, I have to hit calculate. It starts to calculate. And at the bottom here, there's actually a progress bar going along. Not sure if that's going to show up on your screen or not. And it's a pretty complex model for slicing, so it may take a while. Actually, it's going to take a very long while now that I'm looking at how small it is. See, that's one of the problems is these slices are so small that it just takes a long time. But you can actually see it start to fill in. So let's let that go, and when it's done, it's the ending part that I really want to show you. In the meantime, while you guys are, what?
Are you leaving that on the screen?
Yeah, I'm going to let that run, but I'm also going to, let me see if it'll let me do this. There we go. While that's running, I'm going to go over here and get the flat printer set up for a cut that we're going to do.
I put it over here.
Oh. Every once in a while, I like to take a little, especially when my bits start getting dull, I like to take a little bit of silicone spray and hit it on there. It helps it cut, seem to, well, at least it helps it from not melting on the bit, any of the foam. Thanks.
Yep. All right, so we have a piece of 2-inch fan
Now, foam board.
Foam board. Loading it in Flat Printer 3.
Okay. Man, that's going to take a while. And I actually need to use that screen set again. It makes me mad. This is not really supposed to be part of the show. I just wanted to show you guys this. But I think it's going to take too long. See how long it's taking?
We can always record it and post it later.
Actually, I can do this. Let me see if it'll let me escape out of here. Yeah, I can hit escape and get out of there. That's nice. It's not going to let me do the millimeters now. Let me try to load it again. See if I can start over.
That's some turtle, thunderhawk, and broomstick found in their garden.
Really?
Yeah. 40 pounds.
What?
Yeah.
40 pounds? It's like a small child.
Let me see if the picture's still here. Look at it, man.
What kind is it? Snapper turtle? Ah.
Let me see. Yeah, snapper.
Oh, man. 100.
It's crazy. Broomstick was out cutting the grass and the rock just started walking away.
That's a good one. This might go a little bit quicker. I tried making it a little smaller.
I mean, that's really something.
Yes, it is.
That turtle's probably older than you guys are.
I don't know. I know the tortoise lived long, but I don't know. Yeah, that's going a little bit quicker. That's much better. It's still going to take a while in the gear section, but not near as long. And we'll still get the same effect. So, I don't know if you guys can see us or not. Yeah. So what we're doing tonight is we were browsing the web and we came across some really cool ice cube trays. I thought it's summertime and why not make your drinks a little cooler than they already are? You know what I mean? No. But I thought it'd be really cool to do these because it utilizes both the flat printer and the flat former. We can make, the object is, you know, make a mold, fill it with plaster, vacuum form it with the PETG because PETG is FDA safe approved, food safe approved, and we can actually make our own cool ice cubes, custom ones, whatever you want. So anyway, I started a couple and I wanted to show you guys, but you can't hear it now. Let's see. Yeah, I wanted to show you guys, and we wanted to test them. But this gear's taking a while. We're just gonna have to wait for the gear, guys. What do you think? Or just stop it?
I say stop it.
Stop it. All right, we're gonna stop it.
We can do it some other time, record it, and then link to it.
Anyway,
Form.
all right. It's really cool, actually, the way it works. Okay, so now that that's out of the way, let me open this. Give me 1 second. And I'll show you the ice cubes we're talking about.
We tried to have a couple ready for the show,
Yeah.
but we lost power, so we're not sure how that's all going to work out.
All right. Okay, so so here we are in SketchUp. I'm going to go in and open up. This is one that I saw that was really cool. It's actually, you know what I ought to do? I ought to go to the picture first. These are the pictures that I found online. So basically, I thought the star one was cool, so I made one. And this is basically what the mold is. I left a groove here for the straw to fit down into. You still have to find a way to hold the straw down, which I should have cut out a couple pieces of foam to slide in there, just to wedge it in place. But I just use screws for test. So that one we've cut out, we filled with water, and we have it in the freezer. And hopefully, when we pull it out, it'll show up.
It'll be frozen.
Yeah. Let's see. And then we have the shark cubes, which that's what I just came up with a real quick mold for them, and I tried to copy what they had the best that I could. But what I did, which was pretty interesting, is this is the low res or low poly count model, and then I went through and smoothed it once I made the mold for it. So I'm hoping that that one comes out good. So that one has also been carved, and it is in the it's in the freezer as well. And last but not least, we have the bonefish. And basically, it's just a bunch of fish bones that float around in your drink. And I thought it was cool. And I thought we would carve this one out. Now, here's the mold. And one of the main reasons I did this was to introduce people to Sketchicam's 3D capabilities. It's a very simple mold. I just did a 2D drawing from their picture. And then made my own mold. It's going to be out of foam. The idea is to cast it in plaster. Cast a bunch of them over and over, and then you could make a whole tray of them. Actually, I thought if you lay it out on a board, maybe a peg board or something that lets the air through, or even just tape them right to the waffle pattern, you should be able to get 4 or 5 of them on one sheet or one pull. One pull, yeah. So that one I thought was cool, and I'll upload these files tonight so you guys can have them and check them out and get an idea of how to make your own. I went through and back over. I'm just going to go in and check my parameters in Sketchicam. Make sure I have everything set up. Feed rate, plunge rate, material thickness 2 inches, inside outside cut. I set my inside outside cut percentage to 100% because I don't want it to cut any further than it's supposed to. Whether that's triggered or not, I'm not sure. I just, out of force of habit, I do that. Bit diameter 1/8 inch. We don't have to worry about tabs. It's overhead gantry. I'm not doing any multi-pass depth. It's not deep enough. Generate the G code. 3D code, I mean, and I put a 20% step over. So maybe even with the 1/8 inch bit, we'll get a little bit of a better looking carving instead of doing the 30% of the bit step over. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and generate this code. Bonefish.
Jovian said that it's not triggered.
Okay, good. That is good to know.
You said those turned out nice, Mark.
Thanks. One thing I want to mention to you guys while this is generating code. Something happened earlier today while I was trying to cut these out on the flat printer. I was carving out the molds, and if you can picture the shark fin mold as a cup, my carvings, it was like I was constantly losing steps. I was getting a slight angle every time. It was a perfect angle, actually. The whole mold was angled. And I couldn't figure it out. I was going through my settings, trying to figure everything out. Okay, so that just finished. And it was driving me crazy, and turns out it was my pulley that was loose. So I went through, and I made sure that my cup link under here and my pulley were nice and tight. The cup link down here was tight against the bottom, and I tightened down all their set screws. This one back here, since it doesn't have the set screw like the rest here, the bigger set screw, what I did is I basically just went through and put a little super glue in there, hit it with the hardener. It's not going anywhere now. Next one that I cut turned out absolutely perfect. I was so happy because I was really getting frustrated, you know. So anyway, I figured we'll go ahead and cut this out. I don't know if we can bring this closer so they can see what's happening.
That's a good idea.
That'd be nice.
You got it.
It's that USB cable we gotta be
Which
careful
one?
of. This white one. Well, both of them, I guess. But.
All right.
Can you?
Wait a
Well,
minute.
what?
I just have to see what's going on here.
Oops. Need to get a longer USB. Okay, so I'm going to load this while I'm sitting here. And I suggest that you check out the code, especially for the shark fin one, because the shark fin one is multi-pass, and it uses a 16th inch bit, but it works really well. That code turned out really well. Okay, so here's the fish. If I can zoom in a little bit. And it's really nothing spectacular, but I can say that the code looks really good, thanks to Jovian making it happen. I don't know if the 1/8 inch bit is going to fit down between the ribs, but we'll see. And I'm just setting the bit right to the top of the material. Maybe even a little bit higher, because it doesn't necessarily need to be that high. If you study the 3D files, you'll notice that I always try to put a little bit of an indentation so that when it actually goes into the mold, we've started with a nice flat surface that it's already been milled down. But you can't see that, actually. But I can show you here. So when the bit comes down, it actually has to cut this surface smooth. You guys can't see my mouse pointer for some reason. Okay. You're still not going to be able to see it.
Excuse me.
Well, that's pretty much the best we can do. We still don't have that other camera. So, but at least it'll give you some kind of an idea.
Jovian said he might have the offset issue fixed.
Awesome. I haven't really even noticed any problems with the offset. The way I'm setting it up, I'm letting it ride all the way to the edge. Keep the design in the center on these particular ones. All right, so I'm going to get this started. Shouldn't take very long. What? I didn't even think about putting it on there. It's working alright. There's going to be a little bit of dust, but with that dust here, it'll be nice and clean. So just step off under that deep part of the pan, that deeper part of the pan. It's a single pass, so once it's done, it's done. Hey, start to set up. Make it set up. Think it'll be good enough to try to take out? Yeah, but you have to wait until this one's started cutting. Okay? What you want to do now? I'll wait. Let's do the ribs now. I should have used the 16th inch bit, it was so much nicer. No, because I have that. Jody, we're at 100 inches a minute. Okay, we got the eye. Good, good. What? There it goes, man. Speed that thing up. This is blue foam. Dow blue foam. Two minutes left. Probably a bigger project. You know. This is kind of a small design, so I think running this slow is fine. If it was bigger, it'd probably be better to go faster. I'll hit that with the vacuum in the front of it. I don't think we're disconnected back there. The two hoses come together.
It's done. 95%.
25 seconds. Walk through. almost a couple more passes. That's probably the last pass. Came out really good, guys.
Now, luckily the flat printer was on because I stepped on Sweetie's tail.
You did?
I did.
Trish just vacuumed. Alright. So, here is an attempt at making the fish mold. And I think we would have had a better result. Well, I know we would have had better results with a 16th inch bit, but I have to say, it's really cool looking. Now, of course, like the cooking shows, we try to pre-do some of this stuff because you can't sit around and wait for the what is it, plaster of Paris to set up. So we did make a couple of these ahead of time, which I showed you one that we pulled out of the refrigerator, or freezer, I mean. And good thing Trish is here.
Sorry.
But of course, you wouldn't put the water directly into the mold. You would make it out of plaster Paris first, which we did, and you would. You want to show? And you would cast it out of plaster, which we did here.
Want me to move this?
Yeah, that'd be great. I think the vacuum blew the paper in front of the screen. And then I actually went through and cleaned up the edges a little bit. You all right?
I'm fine.
I always forget to put that down.
May I catch it?
I got it.
You got it.
All right. So there they are. The mold and the plaster cast. So obviously this is a giant ice cube. We would have to use a 16th inch bit and scale this baby down.
Let's see.
I think you could make a whole bunch of them. It fits.
It still fits.
That's a perfect ice cube, actually. Before I go too far with this, I wanted to show you guys something. This is the board that we're using to actually control the 3D printer. Like I said, it controls 2 stepper motors, bipolar. It's USB, and it also controls up to 7 RC servos.
That's the board we're using on the 3D printer, not the flat printer.
Right, the 3D printer. It doesn't have the power to do this one. But still, really cool, you know. Now, if you wanted to do the servos, you have to add more pins to it. But just a really cool board. And speaking of boards, I have to show you guys something I got in the mail today from a friend. A true friend.
A buddy.
A real friend. Just kidding. Check it out. It's the Hobby King quad board. Light stabilization system. Now, it has no accelerometers. It's 3 gyros. Blind Flight was nice enough while we were on vacation to put us on the list, and he ordered one for us, which is very cool. So I can't wait to try this one out. And also, I want to compare this with Mike, Crash, and John's board that they've been working on. The reason why I haven't been able to get back to the quads is I got my shipment of carbon in finally. By the way, thank you, Al. Very cool, man.
Yes. Awesome.
I got the shipment of carbon in. I had the tube in my hand. I cut the cap off the end. I opened it up and I could see right to the floor. And I was like, what in the heck? And I look and the bottom was completely out of it. My carbon fell out after waiting all that time for it to get here. So I was really mad about that, but I refused the shipment. Luckily, I caught the mail lady and said, hey.
Yep, they got it back today, actually. So,
oh, good.
Yeah, said they'll take care of it.
Good deal. Yeah, they're good people. All right, let's move this out of the way because what we want to do is, or what I'd like, I need to put a shelf under here for this, you know?
Yeah, a shelf for the platform, too.
That would be nice. Ready?
Yep.
What we'd like to do is platform this. Sorry, sweetie. Your hiding spot is no good anymore. I was wondering why my keypad wasn't working. The USB cable was unplugged.
Really?
I was like, now what? Do that.
All right. I'm not sure about all these wheels. They're unlocked or not.
Very good. Okay, so got our
So now we have our plaster Paris mold.
Which, in reality, you would have a lot of them. I think you could put, you know, a bunch of them around there. But since we have that one, we'll use it. I'm going to get this heat going. And
I put this here first.
thanks. You can go ahead and turn that on if you would.
Sure. I get the shop vac.
I like to set the setting on the rival skillet up to 350.
Put that in there.
Sure. That plugs down to here.
So what we're doing now is plugging in the flat.
That's my shop vac.
Platform or foot pedal.
Yeah, the Flatformer comes with a foot pedal, which is nice, so your hand's free. I might add a little bit of tape to the back of this so it doesn't move. Maybe do it that way. Because of the way that this frame comes over, there is a tendency to want to push, so I think I'll put some tape on the back of that.
Okay. You might want to check this hose connection too, but I think it's alright.
Let's see. Yeah. Yeah, you got it. I like to check this one too because I never glued this bottom, which I should have. Now it comes out all the time. There. Old trusty vacuum cleaner. I'm just going to take a little bit of this tape. I'll stick it right on there. It doesn't have to be. Oh, this is not going to stay. Is it? This is actually still wet.
So check out the helmet. What are they? Helmet.
The VFW dress helmets for the.
No, they're for under your helmet.
Well, they're liners, but they're using.
Liners.
They're helmet liners, but the VFW shined them up or painted them silver and put their logo on there. Emblem, I mean.
Our neighbor gave them to him. We have 4 of them for the kids.
For the kids.
Pretty cool though.
Or for us.
Yeah.
Either way. I'm not going to be able, I might have been able to hot glue that, but, you know, I might do that trick that Glenn did. He took a couple Evil Tunes. Yeah, he took a couple of these, cut the tips off, just stuck them down in there, you know.
Oh, the reason why I thought of those helmets is because I had this in my hand. That's my shield.
Whoa.
Something's wrong.
You know what? I'm going to try it without it. If it doesn't work, we'll try it again. It should be fine. Watch out, that's really hot. Okay, so we need a couple of the clear, or at least one of the clear PET G plastic sheets. Just peel this blue protective film off. Oops, sorry. Thanks, Dave. Once I've already lined it up, I like to get this in place so I don't have to worry about it later.
Thunderhawk said, give them out as prizes or helmets.
Go ahead and set it over. Make sure it's still lined up. We can put the lid on. Put that in place. I'm just going to put it right in the middle. I picture a lot of these like real small, about this big.
Yeah.
Maybe half that size, you know? Just all over the place.
This is really hot. I can smell it.
All right, let me see. So the plastic, if you don't have the flat former or a vacuum form machine, in general, you'll notice this cheap plastic always has a tendency to, it rises up, wrinkles a lot, and then it slowly comes down, and you can tell it's heating evenly. It'll make a giant bubble, and it'll go down into the pan, which it's almost there now. It's moving pretty quick. That's a 1/16 of an inch a second. Okay, so it's already in the pan now. It's really drooping. Okay, I like to make sure that's off so that I get all power to the vacuum. And you can press around these edges. You don't care if any wrinkles come out here. You just want these edges nice and tight so you pick up the details.
You gotta be careful with it. It's high.
Actually, it's not. All right.
Bring it up to the camera, would you?
Yeah. Let me pop it out of here, right?
Oh no, show them in the mold.
Fish eye. See, the bones could have been a little bit better there. And you can see I got wrinkles. I think I went too fast or got it too hot. Who knows? But the wrinkles aren't in the way of the actual pull, so we're good. Awesome.
Came out good.
Yeah. Let me get a pair of, or let me get my razor. I'll cut these edges off real quick.
You want scissors? I have them right here.
Yeah, that'd be great. It's cool to be able to use this waffle pattern as a guide when you're making your cuts.
Wife says to use a bone file to save your fingers.
Bone file.
I don't know what a bone file is.
Yeah.
What's a bone file?
So leave a couple of these spaces around the outside edge. So we sort of have a little tray. I'm going to cut these corners off too.
Should I move this?
Sure. Right here. Or you can show them this and I'll move it.
Okay.
Turned out really good. Of course you'll want to wash that.
Let's see.
I just wish it was a little more crisp in the details, but
No, I think it's
when you're
great.
using an 1/8 inch bit on something that small, it's hard to get good details.
I think it turned out great. That eye came out a lot better than I thought it would.
Yeah, I know. I'm surprised at that myself. So that's how you would do it. Now, of course, I went through and I copied real quick a couple different designs that I found online. But the neat thing about having the vacuum former in combination with the flat printer is customization. Now we can customize and do whatever, pretty much anything we want. We could have written a name on here if we wanted to.
Who doesn't want custom ice cubes at their
Sure.
party?
That's a good point.
4th of July is coming up.
Mhm.
Mark's birthday.
What?
It is. You can make giant gummy fishes.
That's a good
Big
one.
yellowfish. Complete work.
And I bet you could use these as candy molds too, like chocolate. You could make custom chocolate molds. Or Who knows? I don't know what other types of candies they have out there. But that would be kind of cool.
Bone file is a scrapbooking tool. Binder bone tool for doing creases. Evil Toon said he uses a scrap piece of MDF.
For what?
For pushing in the edges on the plastic after you form them.
That's a good idea.
Alright, we're going to go get the...
Okay, yeah, we're going to go get the ones that we've already done. Let me take this out of here. And let's see what happens. We're probably going to need some water in that ice. Or vice versa. See, maybe for that fish. Yeah. All right, so here's the molds and some water. Now, the thing is, these are out of styrofoam, so we're going to have to destroy these. It's a shame, but they don't take long to make. But we put a couple screws in there to hold straws in place, which are actually coffee stirrers. And then, of course, you saw this one. This is the one I really hope works, because it's that shark fin one. Let's see what happens.
Yeah, you know,
We have to cut these out. First, I'm going to take these screws out. We should probably bring the table back over.
I was looking for some food coloring, because it might help.
That would have been a good idea for the drink.
Yeah.
Should be alright, man. How about we bring this table over so we can see what we're doing?
Okay.
Or have a place to work, you know? Put this down. Thank you. Okay.
It's a working table, that's for sure.
Curious about that.
Did you show them the screws that you had in there?
Yeah. Well, I just took them out. All right, so like I said, we're going to have to cut these out. You want to work on these?
Sure.
I'll cut this up. Here's this.
Thank you.
I'll use this giant knife.
You know, you can push that in. It doesn't have to be that giant, right?
Yeah. What fun with that bag? This table's still warm from doing that. Back and forth.
I'm not sure.
Hoping this works because we didn't put any kind of release or anything on there. Not sure what.
I'm not sure it's necessary to cut the mold on this one.
It's a shame to cut this mold. I can tell you, this one turned out really nice with that 16th inch bit. But I'm just gonna rip it out of here. Oh, man, they're really in there. Of course, if we let them melt a little, it should pop right out. I'm worried about snapping that fin off, you know.
Mm-hmm.
See, what's nice is if they're in the plastic, you can just go,
Right.
you know.
Okay. So I loosened it, but I'm afraid to try to pull it out. It's
Yeah,
gonna break.
I just want to get this one in the glass. I have a feeling it's going to flip upside down.
I hope it doesn't.
I don't know. I don't even know if the fin came out, man.
What's wrong with this knife?
I don't know. Yeah, this is horrible trying to get this out of the foam. Now the plastic one we have in there, I'm hoping that comes right out. Ice sculpting. I see a fin.
Ah, I see a broken piece of ice.
No,
Yep.
no.
It's melting a little bit, you know?
Yeah, that's what happens.
They're not totally set up.
Nope. This one's not either. Surprised this fin's staying on.
We left the one in plastic in the refrigerator. Or, I'm sorry, in
It's
the
only been in there for like
freezer.
5 minutes.
No. That's
10 minutes. I just,
that's from the show?
yeah.
What?
No, not from the show. Sorry. Been in there a little bit more. Anyway, I couldn't get all the foam out, but let's try it anyway. Check it out. Dun, 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 dun. Got a hole right in the fin. Oh, it's trying.
Put it up to the camera.
It's trying to stand up. I don't know if you can see it. It's kind of leaning. Oh, there it goes. It's working.
It is working.
There's a shark in my drink. I need 3 or 4 of those. That's awesome, man.
That is really cool.
It actually works.
I like the shark fin ones a lot.
Yeah, that's cool, man. And then when the fin melts off, it's just a regular ice cube. Very cool. Need help?
I'm just about there, I think.
Here, I can use this longer knife.
There we go.
Oh, my gosh.
Oh.
I'll work on this one. It's already melting. I got this knife.
I had a technique. That's not it. That's where I started too. But if you just do it around here.
Oh,
Here it is, guys. One of the fins broke when I pulled it out. But you can see, well, you can really see on this side, it's not totally set up. And it's about to drip on me. But
actually, this one's not set up either.
no, they wouldn't be. It is cool. You can put it in your drink like this.
Yeah, but does the straw hold it up? Like a,
Well, no, I
like
would
a
put it.
magic wand?
I'd put it in upside down myself. But
Hey, I never showed the magic wand one, did I?
this
The
is the magic
SketchUp
one.
file, I changed it. I think I showed you guys the wrong SketchUp file.
You don't really want to look at it in the glass, do you?
Huh? No, it's supposed to flip upside.
I know. I'm just saying.
Although that would work too.
But that doesn't really help anything. I thought that's what you were saying to do.
What?
Oh, look.
Melt.
Well, first it was holding the straw out of the glass a bit, and then it's now that it's in the water, I can pull the straw right out of it.
Well, this one is basically hollow. It's completely not set up yet. We went too fast, yeah. But check it out, it actually works.
And I wouldn't drink the water with this one.
Not with the foam, no. I don't know if you can see that. No, not even in the view. Check that one out. That came out pretty good, except there's a hole right in the center of it.
Can't see it.
Well, the whole star is hollow.
Oh, yeah.
In there. But it worked. And it would work if we let it sit in there. Now I'm going to go get that fish. I know that's not
I'll take care of this.
You will?
Mm-hmm.
Thanks, babe.
This is a nice mess. A paper towel would be great. So if the first person that ever made an ice cube tray made it out of foam, we wouldn't have ice cubes today. All right, here.
Bring that garbage can over and we can sweep it right into it. Thank you. Okay, let's show them this one. There's a bubble. There's a bubble in it, so it's obviously not done. But they say we tried anyway. There's a bubble. I know. I just saw it. There it is.
We didn't lose power for an hour right before the show. I think they would have been good. They're not that far off.
This one I want to try because it's in the plastic. I think you can just pop it out. Oh, this one's not even close to being set up either. But it worked. Quick.
Where's the glass? Where's the glass?
I don't know. It's just full of water, man. We have a hollow bonefish.
It came right out though, huh?
Yeah, it came right out. The plastic's the way to go. So there he is. The hollow bonefish. Putting them in. Oh, it's perfect. A floating fish. That's one of my favorites.
Alright, so from the flat printer, make it and Sketchicam, make a mold, plaster Paris.
Look, it's all condensation on here. I'm really happy with these.
To the flat former, to the glass.
Now I can make two. Oh, if I make a mirror one, you can put two of these together.
I want to get a picture.
And do a full-blown three-dimensional thing. Maybe put some magnets around here, front and back, to hold it together. Oh, that'd be cool. Well, the bullet ones. You're gonna take a picture of that?
Sorry guys, but this ice only has so long.
Yeah, you definitely don't want to drink the foam ones.
There you go. Fish out of water.
Fish in the water. That's all right, baby. You don't have to.
You can't even see it in there now. It's so thin, it's going to totally break.
Very cool.
Yep.
Let me show you real quick. Well, I don't have to say that. I've already got it uploaded, so I think we're good there.
Put a little food dye or a bit of colored juice in the water.
Oops, sorry about that. Well, guys, that pretty much concludes the Phlatlab for tonight. Hope you had fun, because we did. And
thanks for joining us, guys.
Yep, if you get a chance, grab these files or make your own. Maybe use these as an example to get started on your own and have fun with it. Summertime, custom ice cubes. Very cool. Have a good night, guys. God bless, and thanks for all your help on the forum. We look forward to it every day. Have a great rest of your week. Yep. We'll see you.
Join us next week, 8 o'clock, Wednesday night, for the next live Phlatlab show, contest edition. Hopefully.
Really?
Yeah.
Cool.
if the prize comes in.
Nice. All right, guys. Good night.
Good night. Thanks.
Check.
Access denied. Server admin status revoked.